Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Heads up motorists, the Kamuning flyover's southbound lane is now closed for a 30-day repair. Gerald de la Peña tells us exactly how this will affect traffic in the area.
Motorists are in for a tough time as authorities have blocked the southbound lane of Kamuning flyover. This means that all buses meant to ply the EDSA busway are now joining other vehicles on the service road beside the flyover, prompting heavier traffic. Meanwhile, authorities also held clearing operations in the alternate routes yesterday, including West Avenue, Scout Borromeo, and other nearby roads. Because of this, around 90 drivers were given tickets while 18 illegally parked cars were towed.
Ang pakiusap na lang talaga namin sa mga residente at mga businesses yan, huwag harangan, huwag i-obstruct para dire-diretso tayo. Because the obstruction itself, hindi natin alam baka it might cause also accidents.
The MMDA says only one part of Kamuning flyover had a hole, but if this isn't immediately repaired, may cause more damage.
Kaya natin kailangan i-close so that they could isolate the work. Because may kita nyo, kailangan butasin, then kailangan palitan, sementohan ulit. The problem is, pag sinisinsil mo with the vibrations caused by the buses on the left at saka yung mga motorists on the right, nakakatakot dahil baka pag sinsil mo, kumalat yung damage,
But motorists are decrying the closure.
Ngayon, hindi nga ako maalis kasi sobrang traffic Kaya tambay lang ako Kinikita ko lang, puro sa gas lang napupunta
Medyo matagal po yung biyahe kasi siksikan dun masisiksikan sa ilalim. Kaya medyo siguro, tiyagaan na lang.
The Kamuning flyover is closed for 30 days to give authorities ample time to repair the road. But they maintain that they will try to work as quickly as possible to make the road usable again. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, we are One News.
Several activities will be held across the country to celebrate the Pride Month. First is Metro Manila's Pride's Atin ang Kulayaan march at the CCP Open Grounds at 10 a.m. today. Pride PH will also be holding an event in Quezon City from 10 in the morning that will last until midnight. Meanwhile, other Pride events across the nation include the Kasalang Bayan in UPLB, headed by the Southern Tagalog Pride, free HIV screening in Baguio, courtesy of North Luzon Pride, and Pride marches in Iloilo, Romblon, and Misamis Oriental. Now, have you ever heard of Throuple, or a relationship involving 3 people? While it may be twice the love, does it also mean twice the struggle? Find out in this report by mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro.
Hi po, magandang araw sa inyo. Ako nga po si William. Hi, ako si Art.
Hi, ako nga pala si Haris.
At kami po ay Throuple.
Meaning all 3 of them are in a relationship with each other.
At first, it was just Billy and Art as a couple. When they went through a rough patch, Billy met Aries.
Sabi niya, if you permit me, I'll definitely pursue you and your partner.
Kita ko rin naman sa kanila talaga na gusto nila ako.
Art wasn't really upset with the introduction of a new partner. In fact, he said, Aries helped balance his relationship with Billy. And so far, it seems to be working. Billy and Art celebrated their first anniversary on May 15. And just a week ago, they celebrated their first monthsary with Aries.
And I think that's the reward for our relationship na parang we're still here.
And to be clear, this is not an open relationship.
In doing this story, I actually found a lot of Throuples, but what was difficult was finding one that was willing to share their story to a broader audience. Dr. Rico Cruz, a sex and relationship therapist, said, unfortunately, this is the case, given the predominant norm of monogamy.
To be in a throuple or to be in a polyamorous relationship is actually normal and quite common. Hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas.
Dr. Cruz said this setup could even be healthy, as it lessens the pressure of being the one. It also takes twice the work, but they say it also gives twice the love, especially for Billy, who is a person living with HIV.
Yung buong 2021 journey namin, lahat inalalayan ko siya, inalagaan ko siya. Then dumating si Aris. So parang si Aris yung sumuporta sa akin.
Love kasi is something that's indescribable. We hope to have the understanding from people. Kung hindi man, we just have to live normal lives and just be happy.
Mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro, we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The ICC is eyeing to continue its probe on the drug war. In a statement, ICC prosecutor Karim Khan maintains that the Philippines' deferral request must not be granted and that investigations must resume as soon as possible. The prosecutor added that government has failed to demonstrate that it has investigated numerous EJK cases. After chicken, the price of eggs has also gone up as raisers grapple with higher fuel and feeds costs. Shaila Francisco with a story.
Prices of chicken eggs have gone up by a peso per piece at Mega Q-Mart in Quezon City. It now ranges from 6 to 9 pesos, from 5 to 8 pesos just a month ago. This is why instead of buying a tray of eggs, Jeric settles with just 6 pieces.
Kasi wala na pong bili, wala na pong budget. Tansya na yung pera kung paano magkakasya.
The Philippine Egg Board attributed a price increase to raisers reducing production amid high costs of feed and petroleum products. The group warns that the tightness in supply may persist in the coming months.
Ma-aggravate yan, mas kukunti palagi ang production natin by next year, beginning of next year. Kasi mababawasan pa kasi nga walang mga dumadating na mga bagong breeder.
But it's not just chicken eggs. A tray of either quail eggs or balut is now 30 pesos higher. Because of this, some vendors have opted not to sell them at all.
Hindi na namin kayang ibenta ng 185 eh. Mahal na masyado.
So don't be surprised if your favorite street food has also gotten more expensive. Balut vendors now sell their products at up to 25 pesos from 20 pesos before. From 6 to 7 pieces of kwek-kwek for 20 pesos before, you can now only get at least 5 pieces for the same price. The Bureau of Animal Industry said there are only 7 cases of bird flu in the country, but the Bureau appeals to raisers to report suspected cases immediately.
Pagpatuloy po kumalat dahil dun sa kagustuhan lamang natin na maisipan yung natitirang stock natin ay mas mahihirapan po tayo makabalik.
Shaila Francisco, We Are One News.
Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Governor nominee Felipe Medalla believes the country will miss its target inflation of 2 to 4%. Speaking to 1PH, Medalla predicted that the country may experience inflation at around 5% or higher. He added that the increase in inflation rate is caused by in part by the war in Ukraine, and that as of now, no one knows when this will end.
Right now, ang ating average for the year so far is below 5. Pero by the end of the year, I think it will be 5 or even higher.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 10:15 in the morning as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.